Hey everyone, it's Bree, and I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the Paige Evans and Silhouette Design team. I'm super excited to share this one with y'all today because I'm going to be working with Paige's new collection, Truly Grateful, and I absolutely love this collection. It's got a lot of rich fall kind of colors. However, you can create any kind of layout in any kind of season because there's so many different options. And yeah, I have created a summer layout. This was the start of our beach vacation that we took, or that I took. It was like a girls trip. And yeah, so it is very versatile and you can use it for any season of the year. All right, so the cut file that I am going to be working with is this flowered background. It is number 259817, and you can find it in the Silhouette Design Store. And if it's easier, you could just look up Paige Evans and you'll be taken to all of the cut files that she has. And I absolutely love this one. I thought it would be perfect for mixed media. I am going to be doing this technique again using a cut file as a stencil, but I'm also going to be using the cut file on top of it as well, and we'll get to it in just a second. So I am spreading some texture paste over the stencil, and I put some blue painter's tape to hold down the cut file because it is very delicate and intricate, so I didn't want to have to hold it and get paste everywhere and like risk going outside of the cut file borders basically. So I've taped it down so it also wouldn't move, and I am applying the paste. And I have every intention of adding mixed media and some water on top of it after my texture paste has dried. I did off camera prep my cardstock with some white gesso, and I let it dry, and then I went ahead and applied my stencil and my paste. That way I could have a barrier between my mixed media as well as my white plain cardstock. All right, so I'm going to lift up these pieces of tape very gently, and then I'm going to pull up my cut file. And there's just something so satisfying. I've said that in numerous videos about pulling it up and seeing all of the paste that has gone through the stencil and the texture that it creates. That's why I love mixed media with stencils or cut files, or using cut files as a stencil because of the texture that it gives, and you can kind of see it there. All right, so while my mixed media is drying, I didn't want to waste any time by busting into her new collection. And I'm using paper number 14 here. And I've also used another one of her cut files. This is the Layered Flowers cut file, and it's number 276145. And it comes with 5 different sizes of these flowers. And I only chose to cut 3 because I just wanted to have a basic little flower with some layers, but not too many, because I didn't really want to take away from my mixed media background. I just kind of wanted to add more texture and dimension, but just have, my layers be pretty simple. So I'm layering these up here, just kind of mixing and matching, making sure the colors complement each other. And then for the centers of these little flowers, I'm going to be using Paige's wooden buttons from the sticker sheet. And I love these buttons. They're so cute and they're so pretty. And it just really gives these little flowers an extra little pop in the center. So I'm going to adhere all my little layers of the flowers up together, and I'm just using some Scotch tacky glue in my little bottle there, and get them all glued down. I just love this cut file. These flowers are so fun. And then I'm just going to kind of choose which buttons would match or would go well with the pattern papers from page 14 or paper 14 that they would match and kind of, that would look good basically. So after I apply the little buttons, I'm going to fluff up the edges on all 3 of my little layers on my flowers. And this really just gives it extra lift and something to look at. And I just love these flowers and how they turned out. And there's a little up close shot. All right, so we're going to be working on my background. My paste has dried. I've put my buttons and my layered flowers to the side, and we're going to go ahead and start working on my background. I've got some shimmers here that I'm working with. This is a Vibes in Pink Moscato, and it matches her the Truly Grateful collection perfectly. And that's the colors basically that I pulled out that matched very, very well with Truly Grateful. I've got a Vibes in Frostbite, and if you know and have been following me, you know that Frostbite is probably my favorite color, and it appears on every layout, almost every layout. All right, so I pulled a Colorings in Won't Glue Me Down, and then I've got this Other Vibes in Sunset Strip, and it's a very rich, like yellow. It's like it's like a sunset basically, and it matches perfectly with Truly Grateful. I think I'm gonna keep all of these colors together so I can use them with this collection for future layouts. So yeah, I'm just spraying and splattering and letting the colors blend a little bit. And now I wanted to add an extra green, but I didn't want to have a neon green. The colors in the collection, like the green tones, are like a mint as well as like a rich, not even rich, it's not too dark, but it's just like a really pretty green. So I took a Colorings in Keep Palm there, that's another shimmers spray, and I've added it and it looks great. I love it. So that green is kind of like more fallish, but it really complements the rest of the collection and pulls in a lot of the greens that I'm going to put on. All right, so I'm just adding a little more blue because the blue did fade a little bit, so I just added some more. And then I'm using this photo of my friend's daughter. Her name is Tegan, and she had, my friend had snapped this photo of her, and she was waiting for me. Oh, here's the background here. Look at the texture and the shimmer, and oh my gosh, I just love how that turned out. But back to the photo. So she was waiting for me to pick them up from the airport, looking out the window, and I just thought it was the sweetest photo. She was so excited for our vacation, and as soon as she showed me the photo of her, I immediately was like, okay, I'm gonna scrap that and I'm gonna give you guys a layout because it's just such a sweet photo. Okay, so what I had did here is this is the same cut file. I made it a little bit smaller, and I'm going to sit it on top of the paste that I used with the larger version of this cut file. I didn't want to like not be able to see, you know, the colors and the texture paste that is already dried, but I also wanted you to be able to like know what the cut file looked like. And I just wanted a different technique. So I applied glue to that smaller version of the flowered background and pasted it down. I kind of staggered it or offset it so it would kind of not look like a shadow, but you know, you'd still be able to see what was underneath it. And I made the cut file smaller so you could see the entire background still and the texture that it gives, the layers. I didn't glue the whole cut file down. I just added glue to the middle of each of the little flowers on that smaller cut file so that you could see shadows and it wouldn't be completely adhered down flat. So I love it. I love how it turned out. All right, so I backed my photo with some vellum, and then I've pulled the flowers that I created, and I kind of have them set up as a diagonal line. And I obviously like the diagonal line layout because I've done it so many times, and I absent-mindedly do it. Absent-mindedly, is that right? I just do it subconsciously, maybe, if that's what I'm trying to portray. Anyways, or say. So yeah, I love how it turned out. I wanted to kind of sandwich the photo as well as the mixed media background with those little flowers, and I love how it turned out. So for my title, I pulled out these puffy epoxy stickers, and there's a lot of statements, there's a lot of little circles, there's a lot of smaller elements on the sticker sheet, and I love it because you can add them and sprinkle them on to your layout, and it just adds so much color. And look at the richness of those stickers. I absolutely love this collection, and I can't say it enough. So my title is Full of Wonder. I added the navy blue minifigures from Paige's Pick Me Up collection to complete my title, and then I'm pulling this little ephemera piece down at the bottom right that says Start with a Grateful Heart, and I'm going to add that to my layout. And in order to make it fit, I had to move my little flowers around. Now, I thought this ephemera piece was perfect because it does say start with a grateful heart, and we were about to start our vacation, and we were all so happy and grateful and just really, really excited to get away together. All right, so let's see, what am I doing? Oh, I thought that I might need to switch around my little flowers there, and I think I do, but I like how they turned out. And I've got my little ephemera pack open and put in one of my little drawers so I can easily access them. And then I'm going to apply or glue down these little flowers. And I was going to I think I used wet glue for those flowers, but I might have just used the tape runner in case I wanted to move those flowers around. I'm just pulling pieces to see if I wanted to add any of these. And honestly, I really wanted to use everything in this collection. I had a hard time deciding um, what I wanted to use. And I think that's where most of my time was when I was creating this layout, was trying to figure out what I wanted to use, since all of it's so gorgeous that I wanted to use everything. And hopefully my voice is on track with what y'all are seeing on the screen, because my computer is kind of skipping a little bit, not sure why. So hopefully it's not all messed up. I did choose this little flag that says "You Are Loved," and that is from the Journaling Spots pack, and I thought it fit perfectly right there. I was looking for a piece that could go under the photo, and I was just kind of going through everything, and that was perfect for it. I did choose this butterfly, as well as I am going to choose another butterfly from the 6x12 sticker sheet. And I'm going to glue it and pop up the wings. I'm just going to glue it in the center and pop up the wings so it could have dimension and the wings wouldn't be completely stuck down. I'm going to go ahead and add a few foam dots underneath so that it can really make sure that the butterflies don't get smashed down. And these puffy stickers are so cute. See, I think I opened everything. I wanted to use it all. I'm going to add that little sun. I thought it fit perfectly. It kind of just tucked right in there in between those little flowers. And I'm going to take these little tiny circles from the epoxy puffy stickers and sprinkle those around. I love those. If I could get a sheet of just those puffy circles, that would be great. And then I'm going to open up these hearts, and I'm going to add a few to my layout here. I love that purple color. So pretty. See, there, I can't, like, I want to keep adding. It's so funny. I really wanted to put this bird. I don't think the bird made it. I think I'm saving the bird for another layout. And I'm going to finish off my layout with some gold Heidi Shine. And that about does it. Oh, thank you so much. I loved making this layout. I love the new Truly Grateful collection. Thank y'all so much for commenting, watching, and subscribing to my channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope I've inspired you some way to maybe try a cut file as a stencil, or just to break out your stencils and add some mixed media on top of it. Thanks so much again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.